Hello, everyone, and welcome to our show. This is our third episode. I'm Laura, I'm Proprium CEO, and this is Judita, my lovely co host, that's also our junior consultant. Say hi, Judita.
Hi everyone. Like Laura said, I'm Yudita, and basically here at Proprium, I work as a growth and client operations consultant, and I am so excited that you're here with us today because we have some really exciting news to share, right, Laura?
Yes, and I hope that by episode 10, I'm gonna learn how to announce us when we open the
Yeah,
show because every time is different. And
it's
then,
improvisation.
yeah, we'll get there. We'll create a system or a process for that, like
Time.
for everything. Okay, well, the topic for today is basically something new that we have launched, and we really want to present it to you. Hopefully, you will join us, and we hopefully present it in a way that it makes sense for you and for your business. So, Judita, what are we talking about today?
So something I am honestly like really excited about because we this isn't PDN. What we're actually talking about is not some program or offer. It's something that you know we really built for like a long time. We really thought it out. We usually what happened was we work like many of you as well. We work with so many service businesses that struggle with operations where they have messy workflows, many tools, things break down in the background. And we kept thinking, there has to be a way to give people access to what we know without them needing to hire us for like a full project. And that's really what this Proprium Digital Network actually is and is all about. So, Laura, what do you think? Do you want to, kick us off with?
Well,
Um,
I love the way you described it because this was 2 years in the making. We didn't just launch a community. We had a few different focus groups that we tested this on. We have founding members that trust enough in this project that joined immediately. And we want to present this to everybody to think about using this as your, I would even say, like asset in your business in a way that you would get access to other entrepreneurs that you can talk to. You would get access to Proprium agency team, and you would get access to knowledge that we have accumulated over the past 8 years on over 400 plus projects. And while we love what we do, we have a limited amount of projects we can do per year with the number of us that are in the company. We would love to do, millions of projects, but even, when we start hiring more, that is not possible that fast. So we were always thinking about entrepreneurs that are doing this themselves, just like we did in the beginning of Proprium. And it's very lonely. It's not just that it's hard sometimes to automate your business, but it's also very lonely. And when you can talk about it, brainstorm with others, and when you can hear more about others' processes, you can hear more about how it's done in different companies, you can definitely find a way to figure out for yourself what you can do, and this will even speed you up. So over the past few years, what our customers and clients usually tell us is that we've not just helped them with what we've done during the digital transformation process, but we've saved them hours of preparation, of figuring out the tools, of watching YouTube videos, of making mistakes, choosing the wrong software, understanding where and how that they should start with their processes. And we've tried to, I would say, mold Proprium Digital Network in a way that is something that's self-paced, that you have our support every workday of the week, and that you can also have some sort of videos that you can watch, templates that you can use, even though we are not big fan of templates. But you have to start with something. You can't learn any software without looking at how it should look like. built out, if that makes sense. So with all of that in mind, we want to present to you Proprium Digital Network. We're very proud of it. So I'm just going to switch us to the pamphlet that we have. So our team tried to kind of shorten this in a way that makes sense, and we are very happy to officially present that we are launching Proprium Digital Network. And for those who are interested in joining us early, first 30 members will get, other than the founding members, will get a huge discount for lifetime membership. So you're gonna lock in the price for your monthly recurring subscription with our discount code forever, as long as you remember, basically. So that's something that we want to start with. So we've imagined Proprium Digital Network as your monthly operating system for building smarter digital business. So what is Proprium Digital Network? So that's basically a private membership for digital founders who don't just want advice. They don't want, a template. They don't want somebody to do this for them. They want to understand their processes, and they want to get their business out of their head while they're starting to grow and hire and establish their team. People who should join are people who want momentum, clarity, accountability, and real systems that work. And when I say systems, I don't just mean software. We're talking about your whole operating system of your business. So the way you do every single process, procedure, everything that's happening inside of your business. So this is not a course. It's not a generic coaching offer. This is basically what we love to call on-demand implementation brain. So you're struggling with, for example, ClickUp or HubSpot or Airtable or SmartSuite or Notion or any of those tools. You have to ask somebody a question, and you can't always go to support or an expert because you don't know what you don't know, if that makes sense. Like, how do you even ask a question for a feature that you don't know what it's called? You can't even search for it. You can't figure it out. And sometimes you have to give so much context to somebody in order for you to get basically an explanation or an answer. And you don't have a space for that. There's no space unless you hire a consultant or somebody to work with, and that can get costly, basically. So what do you get in the community? As a member, you get the biggest perk, first of all, is the ongoing access to us for any questions on software selection, system architecture, automations, CRM project operations, setup, and scaling processes. Then we have 2 times per month live coaching workshops in duration of 60 to 90 minutes, where we set up real systems, improve workflows, automate tasks, and fix broken processes with your actual problems. So you bring them to us, or we give an example. And then what we think is one of the biggest things is the founder network of digital business builders tackling the same challenges, relevant peer support, and accountability and direction to move from I should do this to it's done. Because if you don't schedule it in your calendar, you're not gonna do any work on your business. We are all busy. You're working with clients. You have a million things happening per day. And if you don't book a time in your calendar to do something like this, you will always postpone it. And then when the company grows, it's going to just create more issues, basically. So what's so different about this? Well, we teach you how to architect systems that scale. We don't just choose software. We don't jump with software. We don't say this software is going to solve all of your problems. Just go with that. We first prepare your business for choosing any software. We are also here to help you make smart decisions independently. So we want to give you informed decision making. And we don't want to solve this for you. We really want you to understand your business and for you to enable its growth, basically. So the membership is for digital founders who are building their software stack, who want to do this themselves, who want to optimize the architecture, and who want their systems to work together intelligently. Usually we charge in this price range our 1-hour consulting session. So if you work with us, your minimum investment would be price per hour. if we start the collaboration. And what we envisioned is for that price to basically be a monthly price for this access to this community, because we want you to have success with what you're building, and support, and then also networking and accountability from other people in the network itself. We're gonna also link to this pamphlet later on. I don't want to go into anything else here, because we also have a landing page that you can see. And when you join, when you click on this link, when you go on proprium.agency/proprium digital network, you're gonna see a lot of the things that we've shown you in this PDF, but you're gonna also see some more things that can help you make a decision. So we believe very much in this product, if I might say, because we think that we have distilled everything we know about building operations for service businesses. And between all the templates and the live coaching and direct access to us, this is going to grow with you as members. So it's not going to be rigid, and whatever feedback we get, it's going to be a two-way conversation, and we are going to completely change either some parts of it, or we're going to update it, or we're going to provide additional and extra help there. We really believe that with the power of a group, you can have more ideas, and you can even, make business friends, business relationships. Maybe some people even start to collaborate, which is one of our hopes for this. So, Judita, back to you related to Proprium Digital Network. What do you want to add?
Yeah, I really loved how you emphasized that it's like a really two-way communication, and it's really based on that. And I think what's really powerful about PDN, it's not, it's content. It's basically you have the access to the people and to other people's, minds and creative processes. And this network, it's not, for you to just go and download different templates and just hope they will work. You can actually ask questions. You can, bring your real setup and your real, problems, bottlenecks, and you can get feedback from people who built this system, like Laura said, like hundreds of times. And, I feel like if you're someone who wants to build your own systems, but doesn't want to reinvent everything like from the scratch, I think this is really built for you. And if we scroll a bit lower, Laura, if you can, yeah, a bit more, if it's not a problem.
Of course.
Yeah. This is, I feel like where it becomes very practical. These aren't just theoretical examples. These are the actual structures we've built for other agencies, consultancies, and service businesses over the past 8+ years. And instead of, spending weeks out, and trying to figure out how to structure ClickUp, or, how to document your onboarding properly, you can just duplicate something that already works and adapt it to your business. So you're basically not starting from zero. You're starting from, proven foundations, and that, I feel like that alone can save you months. And Laura, maybe you can, share, how people usually start implementing these.
Yeah. So what I've encountered, and I just want to add to that, why templates? The goal is not templates. The goal is not showing you're gonna get templates. That's a bonus, because you have to see something that you never have made in order to get ideas. I love templates to get ideas. What I usually see in our consulting work is that there are a few issues. First, people don't know how to choose software, and they use something that somebody told them to use, either who is selling that software or a friend that's using it and it's working for them. And you don't actually have time to kind of like sit down and look into all the features. So when they start implementing anything on their own, few months down the road, something happens that shows them that the software this software that they chose might not be the best one they could use for their use case. Or some things start being very rigid. They can't change stuff. They can't get information that they want to get in the format that they want to get, etc. And you can't know all of those things upfront unless you already know at least part of your processes there. So we want to teach you the proper way, I would say, of looking at your business first without jumping into quick fixes. Then we also want to be able to provide office hours, guest sessions, hot seats where we can look at your setups. We can help you decide, do you really need these three softwares, or you can use features in something else. We also want you to have direct access to ask questions, because not just us will answer, everybody else in the community will also answer. And it's going to be much more easier for you while you're working on this. And as entrepreneurs, we are going to work on this outside of our work hours, weekends, so you're not going to always get somebody from customer support to reply, or you're not going to get somebody from a forum of some sort to reply, where it's official ways of communicating with the software representatives. So sometimes you want an answer from somebody who's already done it, who has experience and all of that. And then we also want to help with strategy. So whoever is going to use Proprium Digital Network with annual membership is going to get personalized roadmap and strategy sessions with our experts. You are looking at 2 on the call. So this is not something that you're going to join and then somebody else works with you. You're actually working with me, with Judita, with everybody else in our team. And we're going to have deep dives on specific tools. So even if you chose correctly for yourself, you will still need some sort of help with any of those tools that you are using. We want to offer case studies from real implementations without mentioning any, of course, information that will give out details basically for the project itself. But we're planning to have some fun with like how we'd fix this, like we call it like teardowns basically of setups, updates when tools change, because we watch all of those so you don't have to. So we track every time every software has an update, what's new, what's on the roadmap. So we're going to be able to help with those. And then priority access when and if you're ready for a full implementation from our side. That also is something that I would definitely love to emphasize there. And we have our lovely customers that provided their reviews. So usually this is what people say, that we keep them on track, that we ensure they're getting value, and that we are making sure they're not drowning in YouTube videos and trying to entangle this themselves. And what I love about this second one is when our customers said that we were the only ones to go deeper into the situation prior to software. So this is how we usually work, and this is how we ensure that then implementation later on is basically done properly. So this is the price for monthly subscription, but you can also check out on the landing page and then join us. When you check out, you instantly are going to get access to our community. If you have any other questions, we prepare some frequently asked questions on the page that you can check out, but you can also email us at hello@propriumagency. And I would definitely advise DM us on LinkedIn. We're going to answer the message. We can go even on a call. We can hop on a virtual coffee, and we can help you figure out if this is the right investment for you. So I'll switch us to the screen with the QR code for the subscription. And I want to emphasize, whoever is going to watch the recording, DM us for the discount codes, because we wanted to make this special. We've been preparing this for 2 years, So this is not just, we started this, we really have put into a lot of thought and effort into it. And for the first 30 members that join us, we have 2 different discount codes, and Judita will tell us a little bit more about that.
Can you repeat? I'm sorry, like I think something.
Oh, I think my internet is acting up. I said that you will tell us a little bit more about the discount codes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Basically, because for you who are live with us, we wanted to do something special. And like Laura said previously, we have like a discount code for the first 30 members who join. And for the first 10 members who join, you have a code that gives you a lifetime access at $42 per month, which is, 86% discount for life, as long as you, of course, have the membership. And then for the next 10 people, so from 11 to 20, we have another code, and that will give you a lifetime access at $108 per month. And once those spots are filled, pricing, of course, goes back to normal. And what we really wanted to is reward people who are here, who are paying attention, and who are really ready to, to actually come and implement and learn and have fun. Essentially, I feel like. What do you think, Laura?
I love how you describe that. I'm trying to keep my enthusiasm at a normal level, but I'm very excited about this because we love to talk. Judith and me love
I
to
feel like
talk.
you could talk about this for like hours, right?
I could, but I'm
We
trying
were
to
like,
kind
this
of.
is gonna be like a 15-minute, just a quick thing to, let the people know, and then
No, I really love this because I wish I had that when I was starting out. Because Proprium, when I first, how I imagined it, it was more oriented to a different service. This happened naturally. There's a whole story of how that we're gonna probably cover in one of the lives. But I wish I had somebody to ask because at some point, it's night, it's Saturday, you're sorting through the things that need to happen in your company, you're preparing for next week, you don't have enough team members yet to delegate to everybody, so you're wearing many hats, and then something goes wrong in a CRM. And then, like, how do you even ask a question? To whom do you ask a question? You don't know what you don't know. You don't even know how to phrase what's wrong or what you want to achieve. So customer support can help you. You can't find a video that has that exact problem because most of the tutorials on YouTube are generic because they have to be. You can't show a product in a different way unless somebody was showing um, a real tailored implementation in front of you. And if you want to call somebody, you first have to give them context. They can't solve everything on the first call. They have to understand your business. It takes a while. And this is going to be much more different because you're going to meet people. You're going to be able to discuss your own scenarios. And then you're going to be able to see person A is building this, person B is building that. Here's my question, or my automation stopped working, or this happened, or that happened. And you can have a people that will jump in and help you solve that, and also connect with you. So we didn't just imagine this in a way that we're going to we're going to help you solve your operations. We want to create an atmosphere inside of the community where you're able to network, have accountability partners within other entrepreneurs that are basically joining this, and to be able to you know grow
yes.
from this. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and inspire each other. And I think we also realize, not everyone needs, a full implementation, what
Yeah.
we usually mostly do, but I feel like everyone needs, some guidance and, words like, yes, this makes sense, or, maybe you should not build this yet or that yet. And I feel like this is what that is. And yeah, like Laura said, like we want to grow from this and help other people grow and basically grow together. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And we also have really fun stuff planned for the future. We're not just gonna leave it at a closed community. We also want to do live shows with our members and all of that. But there's so many cool stuff that I can't even, talk about yet, because we really first want to establish the community. So for who would be an ideal person to join us? I would say people who are, less than three team members, less than 3 years in business, let's say, 3 to 5 years in business, people who are doing this themselves, um, people who need to map their processes, who need to start standardizing stuff, who need to be able to replace themselves in the business. And I want to emphasize one thing I usually hear solopreneurs, freelancers tell me, but I don't need to map my processes. I don't need procedures and all that because it's just me. Um, but I want to say you need it the most because it is just you, and you don't want to remember month to month what you need to do for accounting purposes, what you need to do for whenever somebody signs up in your company and you have to onboard them. You really don't want to reinvent the wheel over those things. And having procedures and systems is not equal to losing creativity. Having those gives you a place where you can actually be creative and innovative with your business because you have removed the mental load that you have for the things that you are carrying in your mind, so you can repeat stuff and do them, all over every time when something happens. A great example is I have a new client. I need to send them a contract, an offer. I need to onboard them. They need to receive information. And then I have to do that from scratch every time. And then you do that for hours upon hours. If you had those things in place, small automations between software that would enable you to get electronic signature, for the data to immediately arrive into a relational database or into your storage of your choice, whether it's Microsoft or Google or anything else, that would give you a lot of hours back. And especially if it's just you, you need this the most. When you have a team, you can delegate, people can figure out stuff. You have more people at your in your team that are able to find out, to learn and figure it out. But if you're just you or two people, you need to write stuff down for yourself. When I started doing that early on, I realized that basically now I have more free time. And then the problem we want you to have is, what do I do with 20 extra hours per week? That's a problem we want you to have. We don't want you to have different problems, right, Judita?
Exactly. And I love how you said, like, even when you're alone, you can be even more overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And this is basically created to help you to reduce that feeling. And it's, about making smarter decisions faster. And also, honestly, it's like Laura said even before, it's about not feeling alone when you're building something important. And it's so fun to work with people who are like-minded, because you get inspired, you get even better new ideas. And I think that's basically all that there is to it. Yeah.
Yeah. And we've noticed when we work with clients in general on projects, we are very geeky. I think everybody noticed that we actually love this. And we get into brainstorming sessions with clients that tend to, create stuff that nobody even meant was possible, and then we build
Exactly.
that. But everybody's having fun. And I think that especially when you're a solopreneur, when you're a freelancer, you don't have that. You don't have that team that actually works with you, that understands every aspect of your business. But then you also don't have enough money for a big investment right now to get a bigger project, to get a project for software implementation, for digital transformation and all of that. So why not, work with fellow entrepreneurs and work with us on figuring out that stuff? And the more complicated, the more fun it is. We want a challenge. I think we're gonna have fun with every
Exactly.
possible scenario there. Great. So I just want to kind of wrap us up because we can talk like Judita said, we actually we are very efficient, like when we have meetings and all that, but then when we stay and we just like talk and hang out, it can be like 2 or 3 hours. That
Yeah.
So we're
And we
trying
even
to
have clients who like to just talk, and we would be there sitting.
finish the business first. I have to emphasize for the
Yeah.
purposes of the live, but yeah. So, in order for us not to go into a tangent, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's watching this live video or who's going to watch the recording. And we have one comment that I want to show. So, Brenda, hi, Brenda. Brenda is saying
Hi.
hi. I hope that you love what we showed and that we're going to see you in the community afterwards. Thank you for watching our live, Brenda. Excellent. So, Judita, do you have anything else to add?
Just that if this resonates with you, and I hope it does. I really genuinely hope that you will join us, and together we will build great things.
Thank you so much. Talk to you soon in the live number 4. And if you want more information, please message us on LinkedIn or email us at hello@proprium.agency, and we can jump on a virtual coffee and discuss this. And if you want the discount code,